Hello, I'm SquidofLove. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Today we are going to take a look at two mods that will help you manage your inventory very easily, will make your life a lot easier when you are exploring the universe of No Man's Sky. The first one is called Reduced Launch Cost, and as the name indicates, it lowers the plutonium cost for your launch thruster when you are taking off from the ground. In the vanilla game, when you take off from the ground with your spaceship, this will consume the 25% of plutonium that you have on your launch thrusters. And although it is not that hard to refill your launch thrusters because plutonium is everywhere, every planet I have discovered had a lot of plutonium, it's kind of annoying after a while to have to refill, after a while to have to always find more plutonium to add in your inventory and make sure that you will never run out. The consumption rate at 25%, that means that you will have to refill your thrusters after 4 only takeoffs. And there are so many times that I am trying to launch only to see that there is no plutonium in the launch thrusters, which is so annoying. After a while it becomes quite annoying. Thankfully, reduced launch cost is here to help us. This mod is giving us the opportunity to reduce the cost of plutonium every time we launch, and we have 3 different options. We can choose to reduce it to 50% of the previous consumption, to 25%, or we can even go further and reduce it to 0%, which means absolutely no plutonium used for our launch thrusters. I have set it here on 50%, so that means that we can launch more times than before. We can launch 8 times instead of 4, and I think that's quite balanced. We can keep collecting plutonium, but we won't have to replenish our launch thrusters every now and then. It will be easier for us to explore a planet. We could be visiting more places without the need to refill our plutonium on the launch thrusters, but also in our inventory. It is a very helpful mod in my opinion. I had so much trouble with launch thrusters being constantly empty after 4 takeoffs because you don't realize there have been only 4 takeoffs, and you always try to take off and you get the message that the launch thruster is empty. It's kind of annoying. With this mod we can deal better with this problem. You can have a better balance, and you can even set it to 0 to have absolutely no plutonium cost when you are taking off. Let's move on to the second mod for today, which is called item stacking, and it allows us to stack items in our inventory and in general carry a lot more materials and items with us. In the game, by default, we can carry a certain amount of items and materials, 250 materials on each slot in our exosuit, and 1 only item will fill 1 only inventory slot. The same goes for the starship inventory. 1 item will fill 1 inventory slot, but the materials, we can have 500 of them in each slot, so we can carry a bit more in our starship inventory. Still, these slots are not enough to carry all the materials we want to carry around. With the item stacking mod, we can alter the values to our liking and have more items with us. As you can see, we can have up to 100 items on 1 inventory slot, and we can also increase the number of materials we can have in our exosuit inventory from 250 to 500. We can of course do the same to our starship inventory. We can have up to 3000 or more materials on 1 only slot, and of course a lot more items on each slot on our starship inventory, up to 600 with these settings right here. Like I said, we can alter the values so we can have something more balanced. I have changed the values so we can have 20 items on each inventory slot and 500 of each material on each inventory slot, and 2500 materials on the starship inventory. With these settings, our starship inventory can have up to 100 items on each slot. Still more than enough room to fill with valuable items like this sack venom. If you are lucky enough to find a planet full of this sack venom, this very viable material, very viable item, more than enough space for you to fill your starship and your exosuit inventory and make a lot of money. It will still take you enough time to find all these items in order to fill your inventory, but you can make some good money even if you don't fill your inventory, because you will carry more items on each slot. The biggest advantage of this mod, in my opinion, is the fact that it saves you time. You're not wasting time every now and then to replenish your materials in your inventory. You can carry all the essential materials for your survival in large quantities and still have enough room to fill with items, with viable items, and make a lot of money. This is definitely one of the best mods I have seen. It is very helpful. It will save you so much time. You will stop wasting time running around finding materials all the time, so you can have the minimum required for your survival. Two very interesting and very helpful mods. I have the link in the description that will get you to the next site, so you can use them if you really want. They will make your life easier. They will make your inventory management a lot more easy than before. And remember that you can also earn a silly face in game simply by leaving comments on my No Man's Sky videos. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you next time. Bye bye.